So this is my 4-week pregnancy update. The baby is the size of a poppy seed. The picture that you just saw is actually a basil seed. I did not have a poppy seed. So I actually think that basil seed's a little big. I think a poppy seed's like half that size. So if you can imagine how tiny that is. Oh my God, it's so little. I'm so excited that I finally get to do a video. Hopefully I get to do 36 more. Let's see, lots of things, well, I guess a lot of things have gone on this week. I had gone to the doctor at 10 DPO and got my numbers drawn. He's a brand new doctor and I finally got to meet him this week and I love him. Love him. He spent time with me. He treated me like I was his friend, not a patient. He used to live in Florida and I just moved from Florida to Tennessee and he knew exactly where I used to live and it was a lot of fun. The appointment was. So he actually ended up doing some more blood work and my levels in 7 days had raised from 18 to 834. So I'm really happy about that. And my progesterone raised from 20.6 to 29. So I am so happy about that. He did tell me to go ahead and take more progesterone at my appointment. This was before my blood work. So I misunderstood him. I thought he meant take 2 progesterone at night. He meant take 1 at night, 1 in the morning. So I've been taking 2 at night vaginally now for the last 2 nights. Yeah. So I'm going to actually just take 1 tonight and 1 in the morning. I hope this doesn't affect anything. I hope it doesn't send my body into like a hormone shock or whatever and me start spotting because I know that can happen sometimes. So hopefully that doesn't happen. As for spotting, I remember my last video I told you that I was spotting a little bit, but that has stopped. That was only for that day and I didn't have any the next day. So I'm really happy that that's gone. I'm assuming that was just implantation bleeding. The doctor did do an ultrasound at that appointment.
That was fun.
Sorry, my son's playing with his toy. He did do an ultrasound. I was only 4 weeks, so he said he didn't expect to see anything. But we went ahead and did one anyway. There was nothing. He couldn't find anything. He said he thinks he saw a spot in my uterus where the baby might be developing, but he wasn't sure. But he did say my uterus looked beautiful. He said it looked perfect. The lining was thick, and it's exactly what they wanted to see. And he did confirm that I ovulated off my left side, which that's the side that I had all the cramping. And if you remember from my ovulation confusion video, I never got a positive OPK. And I was taking OPKs twice a day to catch my surge, and I never got a positive OPK. I went solely based on the cramping that I had and my morning temperature chart. So if I hadn't been doing that, I wouldn't have never known when I ovulated. So I'm so glad I've been doing that. Now as for symptoms, my boobs aren't sore or anything. What I'm having is like a letdown feeling. When you breastfeed, when your milk comes in and you breastfeed, you have this letdown feeling, which is like a tingly sensation that goes throughout your breasts and your nipples and stuff. Sorry. But I'm getting that feeling. I'm not getting the heavy feeling of it. My boobs obviously aren't filling with milk. I'm not getting the heavy feeling, but I'm getting the tingly sensation. But they're not sore or anything. They're not any bigger. Sorry, I'm like groping myself on the camera. They're not any bigger or anything. But I kept a blog when I was pregnant with my son, and when I was reading my blog from that, it doesn't seem like my boobs got sore until about 7-8 weeks. So I'm only 4 weeks, so I've still got time. And my doctor has scheduled me an ultrasound for 6 weeks. So I'm really excited, and I'm also really scared because 6 weeks is usually, that's when I've been losing my babies, when I've been having my miscarriages and starting the bleeding is around the 6-week mark. So hopefully nothing will happen. I'm wanting to stay optimistic, but I'm also wanting to stay realistic. So if it happens once, happens twice, happens 3 times, I mean, the pattern is that it'll happen again. So I'm trying, like I said, trying to stay optimistic that this will be my rainbow baby and I'll get to hold this baby in 8 months. But deep down, I'm just trying to prepare myself for what seems inevitable, I guess. So I'm trying not to give the baby, you know, like think of it as a baby. I'm trying not to think of a gender or anything like that, or names. Like, I'm just trying to protect myself a bit. And I hope I don't regret this. If this baby does go to term and this is my baby that I get to keep, my forever baby, I hope I don't regret it. I hope this doesn't make it so I can't bond with this pregnancy, because more than anything, I want to bond with my baby, of course, but I also have to protect myself. And my whole thinking is that, you know, after 12 weeks, I'll be able to start that bond. So right now I'm just trying to shield myself so I don't just completely shatter next time. With every loss, you have a piece of you taken from you, and I don't have many pieces left. So I'm not trying to turn this into a big downer video, so I'll go ahead and start talking about other stuff now. So I'm not really sick. I don't have any morning sickness either. I do have an increased gag reflex, so like if I go by the trash can and I get a whiff of it, like I have more of an urge to like heave, I guess. It's really nasty. I was going up the stairs early this morning, and the feeling came over me that I needed to just like gag or heave, and I didn't smell anything. I don't know what caused that, but that's what I'm having there. The symptoms that I have before I get a positive test have been the same throughout every pregnancy. The reason I didn't think I was pregnant this time around is because I had just been pregnant, so those symptoms hadn't diminished yet. But what I have noticed that I get before every pregnancy is I have a rapid heart rate, and I'm out of breath very, very easily. My muscles feel extremely tired and weak. And not to be gross, I know people are going to be like, ew, TMI, but seriously, you shouldn't be watching a pregnancy vlog if you don't want TMI. But I have increased discharge. So usually before my period, if I'm not pregnant in a cycle, I am dry as can be. But if I am pregnant, the opposite. So now looking back, I had all those this time. But like I said, I just thought it was because I'd just been pregnant just 4 or 5 weeks ago, and the symptoms hadn't diminished yet. I am tired, but not as tired as I think I was when I was with my son. But I'm also not working. I get to sleep in until about 7 or 8 o'clock. When I was pregnant with my son, I worked, so I'd have to wake up around 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. So I don't know if that's the difference or what. This morning I woke up at 4:30 because somebody decided to crawl in bed with us this morning and didn't want to sleep. So maybe tonight I'll be tired. I did wake up this morning, and I was very congested. I remember having that a lot in my first pregnancy. So I was blowing my nose all morning. It was really disgusting and gross. I just felt like I had a cold, but without the body aches, the temperature, and the sore throat. So I just felt like stuffed up and congested, like I had a cold, but without all the other things that go along with it. But I feel better now as the day's gone on. And when I was brushing my teeth the other morning, I did bleed. My gums bled, and I remember having that a lot when I was pregnant with Logan. So I'm really excited about that. And I actually feel like I have more symptoms in this pregnancy than I had in my other pregnancies, but I don't want to come out and just say that and jinx myself, so I'm just gonna not say it. Even though I just did say it. I've been really hungry lately. I don't know if it's from being pregnant or if it's just now it's like, oh, I'm pregnant, I need to eat, so I just let myself go. You know, when you're not pregnant, you kind of watch what you eat to maintain a healthy weight and all that. But now knowing that I'm going to be gaining weight, when I want Taco Bell, I kind of just, yesterday I just went out and I got myself some Taco Bell. And I wanted it so bad, and then I wanted fried chicken afterward. And I've been craving a lot of orange juice. I want orange juice so bad. I don't know if it's a real craving or if it's just me trying to recreate what I had with my son. Because when I was pregnant with my son, I wanted Taco Bell and orange juice. That's all I wanted. And cheeseburgers, but not as much as Taco Bell and orange juice. So I don't know if it's an actual craving or subconsciously I'm trying to make myself want these things. So, because it reminds me of the only pregnancy that was actually viable, the only pregnancy that actually gave me a baby. But see, I don't know, because I'm sitting here talking about orange juice and now I really, really, really want some orange juice. And I am continuing with the acupuncture. I had a session last week and she knew I was pregnant last week when I did it, so she only did needles in the head and then in the legs. We're staying away from the belly area. And then I had acupuncture this morning actually, and again, it was just needles in the head and the legs. And I will insert a picture now. It's really not painful. It looks kind of funky, but it's really not. I didn't even feel it. The only one that I feel is the one in my shin. Like every time they put it in my shin, I feel it. But I think it's because I'm such a tense person. So when my muscles are tense and they put the needle in, you're going to feel that. I just need to learn to calm down and relax. But yeah, I had the acupuncture this morning. I'm still really, really enjoying it. I'm going to continue the acupuncture every week until we get past my miscarriage week. So I think my last one's going to be probably week 8. Even though I normally miscarry at week 6 and 7, I'm going to continue it an extra week. And then I'll be able to do the acupuncture just when I want it. So if I want it just because I'm having back aches, or if I want it for, you know, just to relax, or they even do it if your baby's breech. They can try to do acupuncture to flip your baby. My cousin had that done and it actually did not work for her. She actually had an inversion, is it called inversion, where they manually turn the baby, and that worked, but then her daughter flipped anyway, so she ended up having an emergency C-section. Okay, I don't know why my camera keeps cutting off, but it does. It just says this video has been stopped automatically. This is a really expensive camera, so I'm kind of picked. But anyway, I just wanted to say thank you again for everybody who's subscribed and everyone who's commented, and you guys keep me going. Thank you so much. And stay tuned for next week's video. Like I said, I'm going to try to put them out every Friday. Yeah, I'm excited. All right, thank you guys so much and see you next week. Bye.